Kettleman's has some good-ass bagels, man. Now, I haven't been there in 27 years, but I seem to recall them having some good-ass bagels. Let me get a gluten-free bagel scooped. I can't believe that we haven't talked about scooped bagels yet. That was right on my alley, and I saw it like a week ago.
There's nothing more stressful than ordering a bagel in New York City. I just went to a bagel shop here. I'm from Los Angeles. In Los Angeles, if you order a bagel, you walk in, you say, hey, can I get a scooped gluten-free bagel? The person behind the bar is usually like, of course, we have these different options today for gluten-free. Of course I can do that for you. In New York, I just walked in and asked for a scooped gluten-free bagel. The guy just looks at me and goes, I'm not scooping your fucking bagel, bro. It's like, dude, that's how I want it. It's like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. I was like, all right, on to the next one, I guess.
So if you didn't see the reference that it's related to, there was a video posted by a man who is an Angelino, a Los Angeles individual. No, the Chester, who then moved to New York. And he said the video starts with him saying, ordering a bagel in New York is the most stressful experience ever. In Los Angeles, you just go into a place and say, hey, I'll take a gluten-free bagel scooped, and they give you one. I walked into a place in New York and said, can I get a gluten-free bagel scooped? And the guy said, I'm not scooping your bagel for you, bro. Get the fuck out of here. You got me. Now, I, like a lot of people that watched this video, said, what the hell is a scooped bagel? Is it like a flavor? Is it like bagel flour that gets molded into like an ice cream scoop and then cooked or something like that? It turns out it's simpler than that. A bagel scoop is when you take the bagel and they use like a scooper to remove the inner ring of the bagel so that there's like a gutter running through it. And the reason you get it is to cut the calories a little bit on the bagel. I was this brings up trauma for me. I know I've talked about this before, but not that many times. My mom got very low carb pilled when I was a teenager. So we would still like have hamburgers for dinner sometimes, but instead of like a normal bun, she would buy like these little ass, like the size of like an English muffin type buns that were like this thin, and they were called like Carb Smart. And the idea was like, hey, we know you love eating hamburgers, but like, what if you made the buns taste really bad? Then like, you wouldn't like them so much, essentially. What it actually is like, it's a low carb bun. You can have all the foods you like, but like a lot worse. So you wouldn't have liked them if they were served like this in the first place. So I will say, I am on my knee-jerk reaction is that A, it's not a big deal, but B, I am 100% anti-scoop. I feel like, because I was reading articles, I was trying to figure out what the allure of a scooped bagel was, and then like the articles felt like they were written by aliens. They were like, if you scoop your bagel, you can save up to 50% of the calories that a bagel normally is. I'm like, yeah, because you're not eating 50% of the bagel. Like you could save 100% of the calories just by not eating it. Like you just eat, you get less energy. Like I felt like I was taking crazy pills. You get less energy out of it. So of course, like you're eating less food. Of course, it's less calories. What are we talking about here? Yes, at the end of the day, it's not a huge deal. And I understand the idea is that you can have a bagel and maybe you don't, it's like the zero with chip thing, right? You want a bagel, but at some point when you're eating the bagel, you're kind of like, I didn't need this much bagel. So you're not feeling the bagel that you're missing. But I do think it's kind of, I find it emblematic of the worst parts of mankind. But can these pronunciation Andes fuck off, by the way? We're having a discussion about like what it means to be human. And they're like, why is he saying it wrong? Literally, like, you need to up your intelligence. No disrespect. We're getting the deeper shit here, okay? We're not worried about, oh, the phoneme is coming out like slightly cooked.
Oh, great. So much for bagels.
So much for what?
The bagels. You Dropped them on the floor.
They're called bagels.
I lived in New York, Troy. I know what a bagel is.
What the hell is wrong with you?
What?
You say bagel wrong.
I say it the same as you.
You know, keep your eyes on the prize, motherfucker. We're trying to get to something that fits into the core of the human spirit here. I support the bagel shop that said, I'm not scooping your bagel for you. I also support the guy. You know, he can feel free to take his business to a place that will scoop his bagel, if that's important to him. That's the spirit of the free market in the United States of America. You know, I support gamers of all stars and stripes. I do find a scooped bagel kind of cringe. Now, I wouldn't stop, you know, I wouldn't disinvite DL Guiga from the egg carton if I found out he's a scooper. It's not that big of a deal. It fits more schmear? Bro, they're not getting it to fit more schmear. Look it up. Look up the articles. Also, you go look at a bagel you get from Tim Hortons. That shit has infinite schmear and it's unscooped. Now, it's bad, but that has nothing to do with the scoopability. That's because this shit comes from Tim Hortons. I'm just saying, you can schmear on an unscooped, okay? I also, I empathize. Because someone said, ask NL about the scooped bagel. He's from Vancouver. They probably do that shit all the time. And I'll admit, we're West Coast Andes over here. Lots of, you know, alternative dairy, gluten-free, Whole30, etc., etc. Brown rice sushi. I love brown rice. The brown rice sushi makes no sense to me. But that being said, we're not that bagel-pilled in Vancouver. We have two chains of bagel shops, but they're definitely not emblematic of Vancouver cuisine. There's Solly's, and everybody knows not to go there because the owner's insane. All of the reviews are like the owner. I went to Sully's once just to get a BLT bagel, and the owner was yelling at her 13-year-old cashier. And then the other one is Rosemary Rock Salt, which is like, it's okay, but we're a little... And then there's one, I forget what it's called, but they make good bagels, but they're in Granville Island Public Market, which is kind of annoying to get to sometimes. Which location would you go to for bagels? Chicago, San Francisco, or New York? The fuck? Shut the fuck up, brother. Where's Montreal? I'm not insulting New York, just to be clear. I'm insulting Chicago and San Francisco. You can put New York in the conversation for sure, but where the hell is Montreal? You got to give Montreal the due respect that they get, bro. They deserve it. Dude said, have you ever had a San Francisco bagel? I'm losing my mind. It's like saying, where's the best pizza in America? New York or Boston? Like, come on, brother. You forgetting about Providence, Rhode Island? Toronto bagels? Come on, librarian. We're not talking about a P-meal bacon sandwich. Let's have some decorum here, okay? We give to every region, we give their props, okay? As far as I'm not a bagel expert. I've eaten a lot in my life, but I wouldn't say I'm a connoisseur necessarily. But I would say in North America, I mean, it's a two-horse race. Your team Montreal or your team New York. Now, when it comes to pizza, you keep Montreal out of the conversation, unless we're talking about Pizzagetti, the Canadian classic, which is an entire pizza with spaghetti served in the middle of it. I know you're going to say WTF. Listen, that's a French-Canadian thing. I don't stand by it. I had no role in its creation. NL secretly based in St. Lawrence Market Pilled. I know all about Toronto. Because when I lived in Ontario, I was like, it's the only city that matters. I mean, bro, come on. It's where medieval times is. It's basically where Canada's Wonderland is, too. No disrespect to the great people of Vaughan, but come on. Toronto or Tokyo? Why do people do this to themselves, okay? You're just farming anger here. It's a joke? Okay, never mind then. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, what kind of crackers are we talking?
Okay, so the ones I got were like, they were like long. Like two crackers took up the whole sandwich.
That sounds like a stoned wheat thin to me.
Yeah, it was good.
Is that like we're not talking like a saltine?
What kind of crackers we talking about?
Is something wrong with you?
You put like such a New York flair on it. It was so good.
You're ruining the conversation about my crunchies, Corey.
It's like when I was talking about scooped bagels. I was trying to get to the core of it, and everyone was just
Motherfucker saying bagel.
That's the thing. They're all sidelining me with my pronunciation, and I'm like, I'm trying to dunk on this Angelino. Then all of a sudden,
like a fucking idiot when you say bagels.
Whatever, bro. You're from Texas. Texas, New Zealand, New York, Philadelphia. I'm not taking any shit about pronunciation from this crew. Are you crazy?
Why did you say fuck me? I didn't say shit.
I love it when he becomes Mario. His name's Mario and he bounces on the shells. Some of these levels are hotter than the hells. And when he spins, he can survive a spiny shell. Mario, Rio, please do better, please do well.